Hello, everybody. I am going to. I've already did this before, but I'm gonna redo it because I deleted it. The quality was really bad. At least the quality is somewhat doable now. So we're gonna just redo the video that was like my first one on this page, which is like telling you guys how I got into music and shit like that. you know. um, let's see here. I will read off questions and then just answer them for you guys. All right. How did I start making music? Hmm. I started making music because, for one, I've always loved music a lot. Like, I've always really found that music hit me fucking in a different way, you know? Maybe not from you guys. I just think the feeling I get from music is like unbelievable. I'm literally addicted to music. Like, if you throw a song on in the background and we're having a conversation, I think I might be over there in that song, honestly. Like at least my mind is, you know? Um, but how did I start making music? Well, I went to college uh, in St. Cloud, Minnesota, and then Um, I smoked weed before I went to college, but I just remember there is like where I really started smoking like every day, and I don't think I've really stopped since. I might have took like a week off, but probably not a good thing. But like I don't like smoke as much as I used to. Like I do it like the smartest way you could probably do it now. I guess not. That's not really true either. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, I just don't smoke as much as I used to. Okay. Um, but I remember, that feeling I was telling you about when I would listen to music and I just got this, I get this crazy feeling about music. Well, whenever I smoked, it happened in my room in college, at my place, and I threw on a song. I was smoking, just got my first ounce, by the way, my first ounce of weed, and I was smoking it. And because we had a lot, I was smoking a lot. And I just remember, the song Marijuana and Just What I Am, I think, by Kid Cudi came on. Both those songs just fucking hit me. Like in Just What I Am, they have this like I don't know what kind of sound it is, but it's like womp 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 womp, and I could literally feel that entering through my body and stuff. But how does that lead to how I made music? Give it some time after that. I ended up just leaving college. It said it wasn't for me. I don't know why I even went to college when I was a terrible student in the first place. Like, if it's something that I don't want to do, then you can't get me to do it. My parents would always be like, get your homework done, stuff like that. But I just rather do other shit. I was a terrible student. I think I could have been better for sure. But I just did not there dude, I could not care for the life of me. Um, but yeah, I went to college, quit, you know, left. So I came back home to the area that I grew up in. Um, got a job, and honestly, it was one of the hardest jobs I've ever had. It was well, it's not like I've had some really hard jobs. I've worked a lot of jobs. you know, but I was building irrigators, out in the fields and stuff like that. And I just remember working like 14-hour days, sometimes 7 days straight, literally 24/7. It felt like, and I just realized like this is not what I want to do. And I saw that there's some local rappers and stuff like that. Um, and I thought that was just cool. I always thought that was really cool. That like I didn't realize it took then it took that many years to figure out like, "Hey, I could do this if I want." But I just felt like it was like, it's not an option. Don't know what equipment I need, don't know anything like that. But yeah, these local rappers are rapping and it kind of inspired me. Not only that, but I got really big into Wiz Khalifa, and at that time he had like Rolling Papers and all that those albums out. And honestly, what I got from him was so much inspiration. Like those albums really were just filled with positive energy vibes, which is crazy because like that you don't picture my music being probably like positive energy. Um, although in this next album, I think I do bring up the positivity a little bit. Because there's more aspects to life, you know. I can sit there and make music like that all the time, but I'm not always in that situation or in that feeling, in that dark. There's times where I have good times too, you know, and I want to just capture more of that as an artist. I want to capture like the whole like what I have to offer as a human. I'm so much more complex than being this dark, sad guy. You know what I mean? Like everybody's so much more complex. Fuck. What was I saying? Anyway, yeah, Wiz Khalifa, positive energy made me feel this inspiration in the air. I hit up a local rapper to go see if I could use his studio, or I just asked him questions, I think. I don't remember how it went down, but I asked him questions about like music and stuff and said I have a song or something that I want to record. And that song was called Drink Smoke Fuck, and if you're a real one, then you remember that song. um but yeah, so I went there and you know, as soon as I hit the mic, I was in love. I was really scared to hit the mic. First of all, rapping in front of people was super hard for me back then. It's crazy how far I've came in that aspect because I can rap in front of anybody now. You know what I mean? Like, but back then it was so different. So even rapping in front of that local rapper, which already's been rapping, scared of that, but he also had people over as well. So like there is a crowd there for my first song, my first everything. So I just had to jump in and I kind of use that mentality for everything. Like shows back and then, like I haven't did a show in a long time, but I would really like to. But like for a show, I just kept that same mentality, like where you kind of just do one, two, three, jump and get in the sauce, you know? That's what I would do for shows. And even now, I would still have to do that for a show because a show is a little bit different. Um, but I do love them. It's I black out during a show, dude. Like it's hard to even remember because you're so like the nerves and the adrenaline and stuff. It's hard to remember the show, but like I just remember the feeling of being on stage, and it's like so dope, you know. It's so dope. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of like how I got started in music, and um, I don't know if there's anything else to add to that, but yeah. Let's see what else is next here. The next one was the moment I realized I wanted to be an artist, which I kind of went over that already. My biggest influences and why they matter. My biggest influences is obviously, well, maybe not obvious to you, but Mac Miller, number one. Wiz Khalifa for sure. Just like I said, like I wouldn't be rapping if it wasn't for Wiz. And I think you kind of see that in my music a little bit too, is those two as the core. But then, I'm very inspired by like Tyler the Creator, Earl Sweatshirt, Vince Staples. Let's see here, even like Big Sean, Lil Wayne for sure. Lil Wayne's definitely way up there. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot, and then I'm inspired by Well, it's that's not the question. I guess I'm veering off, but those are my influences. And why do they matter? It's because I feel like so let's break it down. Well, obviously they just matter because I love them. First of all, but second of all, they kind of like make you who you are in a way, but not really. Like you are who you are, but you have this life that you lived and you have your own taste. Like so everybody has their own taste in music and stuff like that. That's the beautiful thing cuz that's what makes us all like different and stuff. But you start out with a different taste and then you start finding who you like and then you get into music and then you start trying to make music kind of like them in a way. But as you keep making music, you become more and more of your own artist and you start to become more of like just you, but you're a product of your like your life and influences as well. And your favorite artist had that same pathway as well. Like my favorite rapper is influenced by his favorite, you know, and it just goes and so on and so on. And you know, you try to add your sauce to it and then talk about your life too. If you're talking about your life, nobody else has lived your life. And that leads me to another thing is like growing up in like a really small town, just a little white boy from a small town, you know, is like I was like, what the when I remember having these thoughts early on is like, what am I supposed to even like talk about or rap about? Because from day one, I've always wanted to be like real. I get the fake it till you make it stuff, but that's just not really how I roll. I want to like talk about my life and be as honest as possible and then also like I mean obviously you can exaggerate some things and stuff but and that's the creativity side or maybe you talk about a different somebody else's you're talking through somebody else's perspective you could do that kind of stuff but anyway most of the time I'm very introspective and I would just kind of like rap about my life but like back then I really thought that I was just a boring person which I am a boring person but even a boring person has a lot to say. Like I said, you only like everybody is their own person and they all have their own experiences and that will do a lot. That I mean, you always have a lot to say. You know, even if it's like making a bowl of cereal in the morning or something. Like you could literally make a rap and make it cool too. About talking about eating your cereal. You know, it's unlimited. Let's go on to the next one. Where I'm from versus where I'm trying to go. I don't really understand what that means really because like I really don't get it. Like where I'm from or and where versus where I'm trying to go. Like what does that mean? Like as in like where did I come from in the music? I could talk about that, but like when I grew up in a small town and where do I want to go? Like to a big city? I don't know if that's really the thing. I think it'd be cool. I mean, I've lived in like I've did city life quite a bit, but um I like the area I'm at because it's filled with like lakes, but you also have everything to your like you have fast food restaurants, you have a bunch of grocery stores, you have like fucking mini golf, all that kind of stuff. There's so much stuff to do here, and I like that, but it's not as like chaotic as like the cities would be. But like if we're talking about music sense, where I'm from versus where I'm trying to go is there's no destination where I'm trying to go. It's just to become a better version of myself every day. And that I don't think there's a cap on that. I think you can always get better and always improve. From like where I started, I am very I mean, it's happened so gradually that like it doesn't affect me as like it doesn't not affect me, but um it's not like I got to where I am like, overnight. So, like, it happened gradually, just so, like, you're not really noticing when your hair's growing on your head, you know? I mean, you notice because you see it, but, like, it's not a thought every day. You barely see it move, you know, that it barely grows every day, and that's kinda like what you do in, uh, in the music stuff. So, yeah, I hope that makes sense. Um, but yeah, like, my younger self looking at me now would be like, "Holy shit," you know? But me, as in where I'm at right now, I just see where I feel like I'm looking to where I wanna be with, skill-wise, all that kinda stuff. I wanna get better at singing. I'm not the greatest singer. Um, I do have my moments. I would like to become better at that because that would just make it like, certain songs just be better, I think. Hmm. I do wanna come up with, like I kinda want to, have, like I wanna get better in my flow, I wanna get better in my lyrics, I wanna get better in my delivery, pretty much everything I wanna get better at, you know? But, let's see, what are we at here? The identity I'm trying to build as an artist, I don't really know, like, the identity is just, like, I wanna be myself, so I just want to like, people to see that I'm myself and I'm being myself, and then maybe they will be their self because I understand, like, when you're, like you don't really know who you are or what you wanna do or anything like that, so you're and maybe you're trying to fit in to impress people or whatever it is, and, um, sometimes you will put a mask on yourself to, like, fit in certain crowds and stuff like that. But in reality, if I could give you any advice, it's to be yourself and then just watch how things work for you. Like you're trying way too hard if you're doing all that stuff. That's energy draining. And if you're yourself, it gives you so much more gas in the tank to keep going in social environments and all that kind of stuff. And I found that out a while back, but like, I do know it's a problem because I had a problem with that, you know. But when you're yourself, you're accepted even more, honestly. And you're gonna have, obviously people that who you can't, like, please everybody. Some people are just not gonna like you, and that's what it is, you know? But that you shouldn't care about that because if they don't like you or whatever it is, it's like, "Whatever, okay, go be over there then. I got my people," you know? So just always be yourself 'cause the right people will you're a magnet, and the right people will just, like, you know, get sucked to you. So, it says the meaning behind my latest song. My latest song, I don't even what was that? Um, oh, duh, I just dropped a little EP. Um, it's called Void. I have, 3 songs that I really like on there. The 3rd one was added because Broke Mata really, really likes the song, and I said, "No," and I've dropped it before, so this is a redrop, and we kinda, like, touched it up a little bit more, but, he really wanted me to throw that on there, and he's always loved that song, and I was like, "Nobody likes the song," and he's like, "But I love it." I was like, "Alright, fine." So that one's on there, we got I'd Rather Burn, which I think is one of my best songs, especially in the indie, folk type, I guess, you know, singer-songwriter type vibes, I guess. I think that's one of my best ones, honestly. Break Me Free is also up there. Those 2 are I think are, like, really good, you know? There's stuff I could see to improve on, but, like, that's always gonna happen with every song. But before that, what I thought was the song that I recently dropped, but I totally forgot about the EP right there. But go check out the EP also. The other one I was talking about or thinking about was "You Want Smoke." I haven't talked about that. Tweak is featured on that, and I tried to give him credit on the song, but if you click on the feature, like it doesn't bring you to his page, which really pisses me off. So I should fix that. But we have other stuff that we're working on too, and I'm gonna get it right that time. But make sure you guys go show Tweak some love. It's just literally Tweak, and he has a red alien profile picture. But he really killed that. I personally just really love that song. I let him. He's a rapping maniac, and I realized that if I have him on a song, I gotta make sure that I have whatever I want to say on the fucking mic first, because this motherfucker will take the whole beat. Which I wasn't mad because he popped off on that song. I had a nice little verse in there, but he came with it. And he made the song what it is for sure. Yeah, love that song. I think I like that one too because it's like real hip hop. We're bringing that competitive side back and just rapping. It's just dope. Speaking of him, he just actually messaged me real quick. Let me check that out. All right, let's what's the next thing here? Creative process, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. There's a bunch of questions under the creative process, but I'll just kind of say how maybe I just do it. I do a number of different ways. It depends on the day, it depends on the song, it depends on a lot of things. Like there's some days where pretty much just do well, we get the beat and then I do like punch in method, and I mentioned this a couple times, but punch in is where you freestyle a line and then you freestyle another line, and then you freestyle another line, and then you freestyle another line, and just keep doing that, and then you build a song. Sometimes I actually listen to the beat and just like write to it. Rarely, but I do it is like actually get a good freestyle where it's still punching because it's not like I'm gonna freestyle the whole song, but like I do have moments where I do freestyle quite a bit, in the song. Um, and then, I throw my mix on my voice regardless if I have like one line down or whatever, because I kind of want to see what the song's gonna sound like. Like I'm trying to find the vibe because there's different types of mixes you can do on your voice, and stuff like that. So I try to, just figure out the vibe and direction of the song, and then I continue rapping and singing, whatever it is, whatever it calls for. But that's pretty much the thing. If I have writer's block, I try to write through it. I learned that taking breaks is actually pretty valuable. Like sometimes I'm just like lately I've been in a studio rap phase where I'm just always in the studio, just rap, 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 like literally fucking the studio gets messy over time. Literally the desk just gets filled with fucking empty nicotine pouch cans and fucking a bunch of shit. And yeah, I'm just in here just fucking creating. Um I forgot what I was gonna say, but yeah, sorry about that. That happens. Let's see. It asks what being an unknown artist feels like. I don't know, it just feels like whatever. Like, I just make music for myself and then throw it out there. I do like the numbers growing and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I would make music for free because I pretty much do. I've made a little bit of money on this shit. Like, and that would be on like a TikTok live, not really. I mean, the music pays, but I haven't even connected my card to it, you know. Um, what does it feel like to be unknown? Sometimes if you let it get to you, it can hurt a little bit just knowing that you pour so much into this and you're barely growing. But with like how things are nowadays, it's kind of just I mean, I think it's the easiest time to become something and actually make a full-time living on music and stuff, but it doesn't mean it's like very easy. It's still very, very hard, especially the oversaturation. Um Not only that, but AI is on a rise, so, like, now there's even more oversaturation. So, what I'm, like, trying to do is just get my personality out there more and, like, through that, people might like me, and if they like me, they might like my music, and that's kinda how I'm going about it. I thought uh I would grow a lot faster because 'cause it's been a year or so, a little bit more than a year. I thought I would grow a little faster than I am, but I realized that the one thing is it might not look that like I grew that much, but one thing for sure is I did grow because I'm at a higher like numbers wise than I was when I started. And not only that, the consistency is better. It's before it would be like a lot more up and down, up and down, and up and down, but the consistency of people like in the music, like the ones who found it, obviously they actually really enjoy it, and that's really cool because that's something I didn't really have, like, a year ago, like, a year ago, it was mostly people just, like, curious and, "Oh, I'm gonna check out this guy," like, blah, 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 and now it's like, okay, I do have a little bit of, a real fan base now, like, very small, but it doesn't matter how big it is, like, I'm just glad that people are enjoying the music and maybe as much as I do because I really fuck with it, you know? Like, part of making songs is, like, I get so sick of myself or the last songs I made, that's that I just wanna make something new to listen to, you know? I mean, I don't over listen to my shit, but when something's new and fresh, I definitely do, like, I'll listen to that a bunch. But, like, if I haven't dropped in a while, I don't really go back because 'cause I'm just like, "Oh, I need some new shit." Um, but I don't know if I did mention, but I am working on an album. And I'm not gonna give the name yet or anything like that because I'm not sure if it's set in stone. But I do have a name. I kind of have like a little concept type of little thing like that. I think it's gonna be like some of my best work for sure. It depends though. Some people might really like Blurs more than this new one, but honestly, we'll just wait and see. Because I like the new one a lot. Mm. Moments that I almost quit. I almost quit almost like it happens all the time where I'm like, I should just fucking quit. But like the problem is if quitting would be mostly just the internet shit, I would still make music. So like I figure you might as well just do the extra stuff and see where that goes. Because I would probably always make music. The reason is because like when I did quit the first time for 5 years, literally, I couldn't listen to music. I couldn't even make music. Like I was just like kind of just like hurt about not making it, and I still just like felt empty. Like if I'm making music, then I'm creating, and creating is something that I really love to do. So, yeah, let's go. Let's see what else we got. I have been ranting for quite a while, and I'll probably end it soon here. Let's see. Staying motivated when nobody's listening. If you're not gonna be motivated when people aren't listening, then I don't know if this is for you. You know, because that's kind of like the process. You're not gonna be listened to for a little while. You know, you should you should just love making music. You know, fuck if nobody listens. It's great when people listen. Yes, and that's the goal. But you should always be motivated to make music because that's like the main thing. You know. Discipline versus inspiration. I like this because I'm not always inspired, but I like discipline. I'm pretty disciplined when it comes to what I need to do. The one thing I do slack on is making content for TikTok and stuff. I have been really good about it lately, but the last couple days I haven't really dropped anything, and I need to do that more, you know. But inspiration, if you're waiting for inspiration, what if that only comes like one time a week or yeah, say it comes once a week, but the disciplined guy will be in the studio every day. So he tried 7 days out of the week and the inspired guy only did once. Who's going to make more music? Who's going to get better? Who's going to probably actually have better music when it's all said and done, you know? Like the guy who stays disciplined. Creativity during burnout. Well, if you're burnt out, I would say take a break. And sometimes I just feel like not creative. And I feel like even making this album, it's been a struggle. See, like Blurs was an amount of like over like a year of making it. And that just like I wasn't trying to make an album. This one I'm trying to, so it's a little bit harder. But I am make like I actually just started on this album 2 weeks ago and we already got like 7 songs maybe, you know, like 6 or 7 songs. So, like, this one's happened rapidly, but it's been, like, time thinking about what I this, and I literally wanna, like, come at it the right way. Yeah, it seems like, it might seem like I'm not taking my time on it, but it's like, it doesn't matter if you take, like, too much time or not take time, you know? It really doesn't matter as long as you're, like, feeling the music and stuff. But what I was saying is, like, the creativity hasn't actually been at an all-time high, but I have been going to the studio, uh, a good amount, you know? So, like, I'm constantly throwing darts at the wall and seeing if anything sticks, and then sometimes they happen to, you know? And that's how I came out or that's why I have, like 6, 7 songs, 6, 7, fucking A. But anyway, like, that's how I have that many on the album so far, and hopefully more to come through this non-creative side. Even though I am creative, but like I've been really down on myself. I feel like I can't, like the confidence is lower, but I'm still somehow clutching up and making songs, which is like that's why it's a blessing. That's why I feel like it's a gift, you know, because you might show up to the studio, work really hard all day, and not come out with something, you know. So, and I realize I say you know a lot, and that's mostly when I'm in a solo atmosphere like this, and I'm from Minnesota. So, all right. Well, I think we like talked about it was a good chat, show my face again, say hello to you guys again, and have more long form, this little solo type podcast thing. It's always a good time, and I should do more, but I gotta figure out. I would do more, but I just don't know what to show up every day and talk about, and maybe not even every day, but even like once a week, like I don't know. I just feel like I'm not that fucking. I feel like I'm too boring, like so. But that's really just an excuse. But I don't I really don't know what you guys want me to talk about, or if you guys even truly like these. I I mean, so. But anyway, have a good day. See you next time.